Imagine the small town in which you live is about to be populated by hundreds of random foreign migrant men. This is what happened in Loosdrecht in the Netherlands, and the residents were never even consulted. So when irate locals started engaging in protests, what did the police decide to do to try and calm tensions? Set riot dogs on them and beat them around the head with batons.
Ze gaan nu oprukken. Er wordt met honden komen ze op de mensen af.
Yeah, great job, guys. That's really going to de-escalate the situation. Why not shove a few women to the ground aggressively while you're at it too? Footage shows one protester lying unconscious on the ground after police used batons to knock him out. Then they just stand there watching him, doing nothing to help.
Nou, ze hebben mooi iemand op de grond lopen met haar. En ze blijven er gewoon bij staan kijken. Teringleier.
Police are only supposed to use batons to hit people on the arms and the legs. Rules which apparently don't apply when white people are protesting against mass migration. In which case, it's perfectly okay to start cracking skulls. Yeah, when you're charging through nice middle-class neighbourhood housing estates, whacking kids with sticks at the behest of political elites deliberately destroying your country through mass migration, maybe time to reconsider who you're really there to protect and serve. I've always been fascinated to find out my genetic origins. That's why I partnered with MyHeritage, but the results surprised me. In a good way. Let me show you how easy it is to take the test. 2 swabs, 2 vials and a bag to place the vials in, as well as a pre-addressed envelope to send it all back. Follow the simple instructions to swab your cheeks, send it back to the lab and just wait to be emailed your results. And now for the moment both you and I have been eagerly anticipating. Let's check out my results. Here we go. 34.1% English, and yes, English is a distinct ethnicity. 33.9% Scandinavian based. That's Viking blood right there. I mean, I am tall and I was born blonde, so it makes sense. 17.1% Irish, Scottish and Welsh. 12.8% Iberian, Spain and Portugal. And a little bit of Finnish thrown in there for good measure. You can also check your DNA matches to find your distant relatives. How much Viking DNA do you have? Because you're going to be hard-pressed to beat me. Want to find out? You can take the same test for just $19 or pounds, and that price is significantly lower than any other company. MyHeritage's privacy policy ensures that your genetic data will never be licensed or sold. And with their new Ancient Origins feature, you can trace your DNA back 10,000 years, connecting you to real ancient populations. Their fascinating traits feature also allows you to explore how your genetics shape who you are, including personalized reports about personality, nutrition and cognition. And here's why you should get the MyHeritage bundle. With my code Modernity, you're not just getting an insane price on the DNA kit, just $19 or pounds. For the exact same price, you're also getting a 30-day free trial, free shipping and the Ancient Origins feature, plus so much more. There's no reason to pass up on this amazing bundle deal and just settle for the DNA kit. So please check out MyHeritage via the link down below.
De hele zooi wordt leeggeveegd, honden erbij. Het is niet normaal hoe je als Nederlander wordt behandeld in je eigen land.
Residents say they're angry about the way they're being treated, including one who said, anytime there's a problem with residents, police are slow to respond. But now that residents are protesting against the asylum seekers, whole platoons are showing up. Isn't it fascinating how throughout the entirety of Europe, police resources are always stretched too thin to adequately fight actual crime, but when groups of natives organise and assemble to protect their interests, the authorities immediately impose martial law-style crackdowns, like they're trying to prevent some kind of imminent revolutionary uprising. Funny how the most egregious police brutality in the modern era is always directed about people who are angry about something being imposed on them, which they never voted for and were never even asked about.
Als je vrijdag berichtgeving doet en dan zeggen dat ze de volgende week al komen. mensen niet informeert, dat is de grootste fout die je kan maken.
Hundreds of women marched through the streets of Loosdrecht with a banner that read, "Does our safety not matter anymore?" Expressing their concerns about what always happens when these migrant centres are opened. Gangs of men who hang around in large groups, intimidating and sexually harassing women and kids.
Ja, ik vind het gewoon niet veilig dat als die meiden buiten spelen. En ook de sportvereniging natuurlijk, daar zit pal naast. Die meiden die fietsen in de korte broekjes, fietsen ze naar huis. En ja, dat is gewoon gevaarlijk. Dat vinden we gewoon echt helemaal niet veilig.
Nee, ik ben zelf moeder, ik heb een dochter.
Ja, precies. Ja.
En ja, ik kan me het niet voorstellen, maar ook dat je aan je kind moet vertellen van, joh, je mag niet meer buiten spelen.
Dat is zo verschrikkelijk. Als ik net ook die filmpjes hoor, weet je wel. Die meiden, nou, dat hebben eigenlijk al die vrouwen staan hier met tranen in hun ogen. Dat is gewoon, onze vrijheid gaat gewoon weg en dat is gewoon vreselijk.
Presumably they're all too aware of what happened when Dutch authorities, in their infinite wisdom, decided to house male refugees alongside female students in an Amsterdam housing complex.
Idealistic project to house refugees and students together in a custom-built block became a nightmare of sexual assault and violence. The scheme placed 125 students alongside 125 refugees, with residents encouraged to form buddy partnerships to help migrants adjust to Dutch society. However, testimonies from former residents shared in an investigative documentary describe repeated sexual assaults, stalking and violent confrontations.
But I mean, seriously, why are they so upset? I mean, what harm can a little diversity do? Right? Okay, Jamie, pull up the crime stats.
En feit is dat meer dan de helft van de verdachten in Nederland van alle misdrijven een migratieachtergrond heeft. Feit is dat van alle gedetineerden twee derde een migratieachtergrond heeft. Feit is dat 66% van de gevallen van zakkenrollerij door niet-westerse allochtonen gebeurt. Feit is dat 60% van de straatroven door niet-westerse allochtonen gebeurt. Feit is dat 40% van de drugsmisdrijven door niet-westerse allochtonen gebeurt. Feit is dat 39% van alle geweldsmisdrijven in Nederland door niet-westerse allochtonen gebeurt. En feit is dat opnieuw 39% van alle vuurwapenmisdrijven door niet-westerse allochtonen plaatsvindt. En tenslotte, voorzitter, 46,5%, bijna de helft van onze gevangenissen zitten vol met mensen met niet-westerse allochtonen.
Dutch people living near these asylum centres in other areas of the country have witnessed a massive deterioration in safety and quality of life thanks to migrants routinely engaging in armed fights on the street. Then you have individual cases like what happened to 17-year-old Lisa in Amsterdam, murdered by an asylum seeker as she cycled home. And while the native Dutch are suffering under a housing shortage, which has now soared to over 400,000 homes, 44% of social housing is occupied by those with a migration background, and 78% of starter homes for families with children go to refugees. The protesters scored a small victory, with the authorities announcing that they'll slightly reduce the number of asylum seekers being housed, but the fight to have the scheme scrapped entirely goes on. Meanwhile, in Spain, where the socialist government just legalised 500,000 illegal immigrants, illegals are now storming embassies demanding that their claims be processed quicker. And they wonder why the natives are restless. And don't forget to sign up for MyHeritage for just £19 or dollars. Free shipping, free 30-day trial for the bundle deal using my code Modernity. Check it out via the QR code on screen or the link down below.